So many of us are out here saying, well, I don't like vegetables. But what we're really saying is I boil green beans until they're mushy and sad, and I sprinkle them with sea salt and wonder why it tastes like depression.
Welcome to the Nicole Curcio podcast, the show for women who want it all. Faith at the center, a strong and feminine body, deep family connections, and true freedom in their lives. I'm Nicole Curcio, a former medical insider turned fat loss and physique coach. I help high-performing women transform from the inside out, physically, mentally, and spiritually, without starving, obsessing, or burning out. Around here, we train with intention, eat with purpose, and build a life that reflects the woman you were created to be. Let's get into it.
All right, it's time we talk about the things that you know you should be doing, but you keep pretending like it's optional. You keep acting like you need to love them to do them. And I'm giving you permission. You don't. You just need to grow up and decide that your health matters more than your feelings. Eat the veggies, drink the water, lift the weights. Not because it's trendy, not because it's fun, but because you're a grown woman with goals, standards, and a future to protect. Let's break it down piece by piece. Number 1, eat the veggies. Look, I don't care if you like vegetables, but you're not a toddler, and this isn't a lunchroom negotiation. You're not a 5-year-old trying to barter your broccoli for a cookie. And vegetables aren't punishments, they're fuel. They're medicine. They're literally the frontline defense for your guts, your hormones, your brain, your skin, and your immune system. But Nicole, I don't like vegetables. Cool. You also don't like being bloated, inflamed, brain fogged, and exhausted, but those are the receipts of the lifestyle that you're clinging to. You don't have to love kale, but you can figure out how to roast some Brussels sprouts with a spritz of olive oil, salt, and garlic. You can throw spinach into a smoothie and never actually taste it. You can saute zucchini and bell peppers with a little bit of garlic, onion, and a splash of coconut aminos and actually enjoy it. But let me say this plainly. Health doesn't care about your taste buds. But you know what? If we're being honest, your taste buds probably aren't the problem. Your cooking is. So many of us are out here saying, well, I don't like vegetables. But what we're really saying is I boil green beans until they're mushy and sad, and I sprinkle them with sea salt and wonder why it tastes like depression. Come on, you won't accept that kind of effort for your Starbucks order. So don't do that to your own food. Let me give you a very quick veggie glow up lesson, grown woman edition. Cooking 101, how to actually enjoy vegetables. 1, roasting is better than boiling, always. Roasting caramelizes the natural sugars in vegetables. It brings out the flavor, the texture, the crunch. So, toss your broccoli, carrots, Brussels sprouts, or sweet potatoes in some olive oil. Add some salt, garlic powder, paprika, a little bit of black pepper. Roast it at 425 for 20 to 30 minutes, flipping about halfway through. Then they will come out about golden brown, crispy, flavorful, and not soggy or bland. Number 2, acid and fat, it enhances the flavor. If your veggies are tasting dull, you're missing out on the flavor trifecta: fat, salt, and acid. A drizzle of olive oil, that's your fat. A squeeze of some lemon juice. Literally have some limes in here somewhere. I need a miss. A squeeze of lemon juice or a splash of balsamic vinegar, that's your acid. And salt to taste. You'd be amazed what a squeeze of citrus does to spinach or kale. Number 3, blend it, hide it, trick yourself if you need to. This is something that I actually do for like little kids, but you can do it for yourself as well. If you're making a sauce at home, and let's say it's a pasta sauce where there's like carrots and celery and onions and all that stuff, and if they have the mentality of like, if they see it, they're not going to eat it, make the dish normal, take their portion out, throw it in a blender, and then serve that over their noodles. Trust me, they'll eat it. Spinach, zucchini, even cauliflower, all can be added into smoothies, protein pancakes, or soups without ruining the flavor. So here's a little smoothie I'm going to give you real quick. Half a frozen banana, 1 to 2 scoops of chocolate protein powder, half a tablespoon of almond butter, and a cup of almond milk, and a handful of spinach. Throw some ice in there, mix it up. It tastes like a chocolate milkshake. You won't even know that the greens are in there. So number 4, stir fry is going to be your best friend. Use some sesame oil or avocado oil. Toss in some onions, bell pepper, snap peas, broccoli, and mushrooms. Add some coconut aminos or low sodium soy sauce. Sprinkle in red pepper flakes or garlic for some little bit more flavor. Takes about 10 minutes and it'll give you 4 servings of vegetables before noon. So no, it's not that vegetables are gross. It's that you were never taught how to cook them well. I was never taught how to cook them well. So I'm speaking from personal experience. These are all things that I had to learn. You don't just automatically know how to do these things unless your family cooks like this. So it's okay that you don't know this, but now that you're listening to this episode, you don't have that excuse anymore. You spent your whole life expecting vegetables to taste like fries. Guess what? They will not. But they can taste good. You just have to try a little harder. But let me remind you, your palate is trainable. Just like your muscles, when you first started drinking coffee, for example, you probably loaded it up with creamer and sugar and milk and all of the yummy things. But now you've probably learned to enjoy it with a little bit less. Hopefully a lot less. But probably a little bit less than when you first started. I started drinking coffee when I was 13 years old. 13 years old. And let me just say that my cup of coffee, it was like creamer. Like the French vanilla creamer, not sugar-free. French vanilla creamer. Coffee. And I called that coffee. Your taste buds over time, they will adapt. The same thing happens with vegetables. The more exposure, the more you'll start to actually crave them. The cleaner your gut gets, the more that it'll want real food. But your gut, your brain, your body cannot adapt if you keep babying your habits. So stop saying you hate vegetables like it's a fixed personality trait. It's not. It's a skill set issue. You're a grown woman. Learn to season your food and feed your future. Number 2, drink the water. And this, I will just tell you, I am speaking to myself on this one. How are we over here walking around full-grown woman and still treating water like it's punishment? Your body is 60% water. Your brain 75%. Your muscles about the same. So when we talk about mental fog, energy, headaches, sugar cravings, if we're barely hitting 40 ounces of water a day and fueling our bloodstream with lattes, espresso shots, and Celsius or other energy drinks, water isn't optional. It's oxygen level necessary. Hydration affects your hormone regulation, your metabolism, your digestion, cognition, appetite cues, recovery from training, even fat loss, because dehydration can spike cortisol and stall your body's ability to burn fat. If you're not drinking enough water, you're basically walking around in a self-induced fog and blaming everything else but the water for it. And if you don't like the taste of water, girl, I feel you, but it's neutral. What we're actually saying is I'm addicted to stimulation and dopamine hits, and water feels boring. So put some lemon or lime in it, a pinch of salt, electrolytes, but stop waiting for it to entertain you. Your hydration is not a vibe, it's a standard. Number 3, lift the weights. Now let's talk about, this is the elephant in the room, lifting weights. Now let me tell you all the excuses that I hear constantly. I don't want to get bulky. Girl, you won't. I don't like the gym. I don't care. I don't know what I'm doing. You can learn. I like Pilates more. Let me tell you something you need to hear. Pilates is not going to build the muscle you need to shape your body, support your hormones, or protect you as you age. But do your Pilates 1 to 2 times a week if that feels good. I'm not mad about it. But if you're not strength training at least 3 times a week, with progressive overload, real resistance, real weights, you're missing the entire foundation. You're not building a body, you're just decorating one. When you hit 40, 50, 60, or 70, your decorations will crumble because it has no structure that it's standing on. Here's what lifting actually does. It increases your bone density, which is critical for women to avoid osteoporosis. It builds lean muscle mass, which improves your metabolism, even at rest. It also completely recomposes your body so it will look different. That's what all of you girlies that tell me you want to be toned want. You want muscle because that's what actually gives your body the tone. It regulates your hormones. Lifting increases growth hormone and improves insulin sensitivity. It improves your mood and brain health. It reduces symptoms of anxiety and depression. It decreases the risk of chronic diseases like type 2 diabetes, heart disease, and Alzheimer's. And it boosts longevity. Studies show that strength is one of the greatest predicators of healthy aging. And here's one more stat for you. After the age of 30, women lose up to 3 to 8% of their muscle mass per decade unless they actively strength train. That means if you're not lifting, you're actively decaying. You don't have to love the gym. You just have to choose decay or development. Seems like an easy solution. So we got to break the I don't like it mentality. Let's call it for what it is. I don't like it is a luxury mindset. It's a phrase you can only afford to use if you don't care about your future. Nobody says, I don't like brushing my teeth. They just do it. Nobody skips work because they don't feel like it. They show up. So why is your health the one thing that fuels everything else in your life, the only place you think you need to enjoy it first? And genuinely, I say this with love, but grow up. Your body doesn't need comfort. It needs consistency. Your goals don't need you to feel good. They need you to be committed. So here's your challenge. Make a weekly grown woman checklist. And these are your non-negotiables. Not if I feel like it, but a baseline standard you commit to, rain or shine. Here's an example. 3 to 5 servings of vegetables a day. 80 to 100 ounces of water a day. Lift weights 3 times a week minimum. 7 to 8 hours of sleep a night. Daily walk or movement. No phones in bed. And 1 day of unplugged rest. Write it down. Put it on your fridge. Track it. Commit to it. Don't wait to love it. Just do it. You don't build a strong and resilient, confident body by accident. You build it through discipline. You build it through repetition. You build it by doing the boring, unsexy, foundational things every single day. So yeah, eat the veggies, drink the water, lift the weights. You're not a child. You're a grown woman. So let's start acting like it.
Strong, sexy, and unapologetically confident. That's the goal. Now go lift heavy, eat like you mean it, and act like the woman you're becoming. Talk soon.